I'm just saying, bro, in light of all of this, you have these type of things within Islam when it comes to your Quran. You don't nearly have this much discrepancy, this dirty drama when it comes to the Bible. You don't have this. What? He said, what?
Hi, welcome to Religious Insights with Godlogic, and on today's episode, a Muslim learns the Quran is not perfectly preserved. Let's watch this video to see his reactions.
In your own history, because you know this, you're very lenient with this idea. You're very accepting, and you're very, it depends on if this, and and this, and then that, and it could be this, and you're so lenient with it because you know it's in Islam. But if it was just in Christianity, if you didn't have this in Islam, but it was in Christianity, you would be like, see, man, this is complete corruption. How could you guys believe this? Your own traditions say that they burn scriptures. Corruption. Colossus.
Oh, man. So, but that's not what I'm saying, though.
That is what you're saying.
What I'm saying is, who had the canon version? Of everybody, how did he get the authority to even do that?
Who? Usman?
Yeah.
He was the caliph. He was just the caliph. He could do whatever he sees fit. However, this is where the problem comes in, Nas, is that other companions of Muhammad, people who Muhammad said you should learn the Quran from these people, like Ibn Masud, disagreed with what Uthman was doing. And they even told their students, their followers, not to turn in their Qurans to Uthman.
Well, does that? Yeah,
it shows, man, that there was some dirty work going on.
Yeah, but the problem with that is it was recited. It wasn't even. They memorized it.
They were reciting it so differently that this is why Uthman did this. Literally, that's how the hadith starts. The hadith starts off by the people were afraid of their differences in recitation. I'm literally quoting it how it says it. They were afraid of their differences in their recitation. And so I forgot the guy's name, but he came to Uthman and he said, "O chief of the believers, save these people from their differences about the Quran before they end up deferring about the book like the Jews and the Christians do." So these differences in their recitation was so bad that it could have split the religion. That's how bad it was. And these are how people are memorizing it.
But didn't they memorize it in different
dialects?
Yeah.
Had nothing to do with dialects, because some of the people who were reciting it differently spoke the same dialect. Like Umar and Hisham, for example. Umar and Hisham, they both were from Quraysh. They both spoke the Qurayshi dialect. And even they fought each other. Umar grabbed him by his freaking collar and drug him to Muhammad because he was reciting a verse differently than him.
And he said, this is how I told him to recite it.
Yep, I taught it to you this way. I taught it to you this way. You're both right. What? How convenient. But that shows you that it's not a dialect problem. It's not because they speak different dialects, because they spoke the same dialect. But even they had differences in how they recited the verse. Pretty convenient for Muhammad to be like, you're right and you're right. I taught it both ways. Don't worry about it. Come on, man. Think. You don't think that that's convenient?
No, because it says that he taught it both 7 different ways, actually.
Don't you think that that's convenient?
Not really. Didn't he have a bunch of... I see what you're saying, though, about the same tribes. If they spoke the same dialect, then, okay, I have to get the answer for that. I don't know.
Yeah, if they spoke the same dialect, then this excuse that, it's revealed in 7 different dialects, no problem. Then that excuse goes out the window. It's gone. Because in that very hadith, you got two brothers from the same tribe arguing about a verse.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to see about that. If that's true, I don't know about that. I didn't know they was in the same.
Yep, Umar. Look up Umar and Hisham. Check and see if they were in the same tribe. Look at that. Look that up. I'm just saying, bro, in light of all of this, you have these type of things within Islam when it comes to your Quran. You don't nearly have this much discrepancy, this dirty drama when it comes to the Bible. You don't have this.
What?
He said, what?
Everybody that say I'm not going to say everybody, but there's a bunch of people that say they're Christian. They all have the same book and they fight over what it says.
Fighting over interpretation, bro, is not what I'm talking about. I'm talking.
But there's actually like
I'm talking about actual the book itself, man.
Yeah,
If you're skeptical about the Bible's preservation, you should be 100 times more skeptical about the Quran's preservation.
I'm not, because it didn't. I see what you're saying, but it didn't even come in a book form. But I do understand where you're getting at with that.
Yeah.
If I say it was recited, you're gonna say, oh, well, why did they fight about it and they had the same dialects? Mm-hmm. So I get it.
Mm-hmm. And why burn them? Why not leave these to the open for people to see? Like, hey, this is the copy that we've made here. Here are the textual variants and how it's different and how it solves the problem of y'all's different manuscripts. Why not keep it open and be transparent about it? Why burn them? Well,
they said why. They didn't want the same things to happen that happened before.
Right. They didn't want them to split the religion. So you see how the differences in the Quran, this idea that there's only been one Quran that everybody memorized and everybody stuck to, is a lie. There was a problem in early Islam about the formation of the Quran. Not only that, these differences could split the religion, but notice when it comes to the textual variants of the Bible, these aren't things that could split the religion. No church father was about to unalive another church father over a difference of the text. We don't have that.
But there is room for like distortion if they're writing it down.
No, there's not. Because look, for someone to be able to distort the Bible, they would have to collect. Let's make it even. Let's be gracious. Let's say just the Gospel of Luke, for example. They would have to go to Ethiopia, to Rome, Ephesus, all of Greece, find where all the manuscripts of Luke are, have to collect all of them all across the world, hundreds of miles away from each other, thousands of miles away from each other even sometimes, and collect all of them, and then change these manuscripts and then put them back so that no one notices.
Well, if we went to Ethiopia, they would have a different Bible than the one that you got.
They have a different canon. They still have the same 66 books that I hold to.
But doesn't somebody have 82 or something like that?
Like 81, 82, or 88, one of those. But these are just extra ecclesiastical books that were read, in the early church, that weren't really deemed inspired, but they were deemed important. So they just kept them in the canon, kept it in collection. 83.
So do you accept what they kept in canon, or
I don't mind it. It's not inspired scripture, right? These ecclesiastical books are not inspired scripture. They're important. It's good to know. I don't mind them having it in their canon. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt. Actually, I wish I had more access to the books they have actually, so I would be more aware and informed. Here's the thing. We all agree on the inspired 66. All of us.
All right, but like, for example, right, the prophet Enoch, don't you think that it's important, like we should know about like a prophet, or especially if there's scriptures about him and stuff like that?
Well, I gotta look into the book of Enoch, but to my understanding, he didn't write it. It's not from him, so
it wasn't. But the book is called Enoch in this.
So what? There's a book called the Gospel of Mary. Mary didn't write that.
Is it in the Bible?
No, it's a book that's rejected by the church. But guess what? Even though it's a false, fabricated Gnostic gospel, it's still not burned. Now, I would say that has a right to be burned, but it's still not burned.
So, like, okay.
Imagine that. We got books out there that we know openly and publicly claim that these are fabricated Gnostic writings from non-Christian heretics. And they're still here for us to open up the internet and look at a manuscript and read it. They're not burned. They didn't get rid of them. You see how transparent and open we are?
But people did write stuff with their own hands, basically is what you're telling me, though.
Of course. And we know that they're fabrications. And late fabricated forgeries.
Well, doesn't the 66 books mention about Enoch?
Yeah, Enoch is mentioned, but it doesn't mean that The book of Enoch is scripture.
Okay. Makes sense. All right, man. I gotta get ready for work.
You gotta go? You gotta go?
Yeah. I ain't running. I gotta get ready.
Nah, just running, y'all. He's running, y'all. He's running. Nah, I mess with you. Now, it's good talking to you, bro.
Yeah, good talking to you. It's always good talking to you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Be safe at work, man, and get home safe later on. All right. I hope you have a beautiful day.
Same to you, brother.
All right.
All right. Let a knowledgeable Muslim up here to cook.
Man, I'll try. Goodness, you know how hard it is.
All right.
Bye, wife.
He said bye.
See you, Avery.
Peace.
Okay, welcome back, guys. I believe you enjoyed watching this video. Let us know your views in the comment section. Don't forget to share our videos with your friends and your family, and also don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel for more amazing videos like this. Reciting a theme from your memory doesn't mean that what is being recited is the truth. You can hear a lie and memorize it and preserve it for years, but that does not change the fact that what you have in your memory is a lie. Most Muslims have this false belief that reciting the Quran from their memory somehow made it impossible for it to be corrupted. The problem is, when Uthman set about compiling the Quran into writing, he found out that most people who were preserving the Quran with their memory were reciting something different. At least they had so many versions in their memories that they were reciting, which is not in accordance to what he was holding at the time. So there were hundreds of them. There were so much that he was not happy. After he picked what he wanted to include in his Quran, the various recitations that he couldn't burn continued to cause conflict between the Muslim community, that they started fighting themselves. They engaged in so much war to make sure that they eradicate some of those versions. And up to today, these versions, through so many centuries, are still causing so much havoc in so many Muslim community, even up till now. Not only were there so many completely different Qurans that Uthman gathered and burned, but the Quran has had its entire chapter go missing forever when they were simply forgotten, and also a goat ate a whole chapter of the Quran, so they were unable to recover it to add it to the Quran. So you can see that there were so many missing pieces of the Quran due to negligence or to carelessness. So when you remind them about all these missing pieces, most of them start foaming from the mouth with lies. Sometimes it is baffling that a people can be so blind to the truth, even when it is staring right in their faces. Either the Quran is preserved or not, the Quran has so many errors and also so many missing pieces. Many Muslims don't know the history behind their religion. The internet is a wide space. It can help you to gather the truth if you are actually seeking and looking for the truth. So go out there, make research, go to the internet, ask questions and learn about your religion. And I believe by this time next year, many of you will not be in Islam. Guys, let's know your view about this video in the comment section, and if you have not subscribed to this channel, please do well to subscribe and hit the notification button to be notified each time we post new and engaging videos like this. Thank you for watching. See you in our next video.